There we are. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Draft Labs ADAM Tournament Series, Day 1, or Week 1, you could say, of Season number 2. This is our first match of Season 2, you guys. Permafrost, brand new team with old faces on blue side. Team Counter Instigate, number 2 seed from Season 1. Only just last week lost the finals to Team AMAM. So this team, we already know they're very good, and I think that the ones in this match who have to prove themselves are definitely Permafrost. Both teams getting to the center of the map fairly quickly. The Exile goes in for some aggression right away. He's got plenty of tankiness to make those things happen, but Dax Reaper maybe a little bit too deep on the follow-up. He's getting damaged out a little bit. It looks like Counter Instigator actually kind of coming out on top of this trade here. Alfalfa was able to block a lot of damage. The kite potential for Permafrost is actually fairly high, so they were able to even out those trades a little bit on the kite, but when you make these even trades like this with a Sona, you're always going to come out on top. So that aggression there, that kind of consistency and staying in that fight for as long as possible, was definitely beneficial to Counter Instigate because they have these heals from Sona, and they're going to be able to, you know, get that health back, whereas Permafrost is going to stick. They're going to have to use their, whatchamacallit, their sustain. They're going to have to use their pots for it. And by the way, you guys, I didn't mention who the skin MVP was for this match. Definitely Diamond Spider. He's going to take that Guardian Xerath skin. I'm not surprised he's got this one, man. Xerath always one of his staple champions. You know, I would be surprised to see if it pulled bans in the new meta. Whoa, the Exile double taunt off of the Mark Dash. Gets V8 and Alfalfa in there, but not too much damage being dealt. He didn't really enable too much. Ed Omni is doing a good job of staying healthy. Lots of aggression from Permafrost, man. The Exile just throwing down the Mark Dash every opportunity. And this early game really should go in favor of, well, you know, you assume it should go in favor of the Xerath and the Ezreal, but then on the other side you have Sona, Braum, and Ziggs. You know, I mean, this is definitely, if there's any team that can kind of take an early game from a Xerath, it's this one. Another nice Mark Dash taunt from the Exile, but good damage negation from Alfalfa on top of that, so the aggression from Permafrost isn't really getting them too much. I mean, this amount of aggression usually would get you kills, but against a team like this with Sona and Braum, it isn't going to get you those kills, it's just going to win you out trades. But in this specific scenario, against a Sona, you're not really winning those trades. You're only winning them right away. You know, there is no delayed gratification here for winning trades against Team Counter Instigate in this specific instance. So you're really playing this early game out fairly safe, and then potentially going in for like all-ins later on once you get that level 6 may be the better option. You know, focusing on the CS, focus on getting your Caitlyn some CS, focus on getting that Caitlyn some money. Because the chances of you actually being able to kill somebody in a poke war are just very low. You can already see Team Counter Instigator getting that health back. Actually, look, there is still a little lead in Permafrost's favor. I mean, only ever so slightly, but like I mentioned, in the long run, it's going to start leaning towards Counter Instigate. Things very even right now, though. So you have negation, a lot of damage negation and sustain on Counter Instigate's side, but a lot of good aggression and poke damage potential. You know, long range damage potential coming out from Permafrost here. I keep on wanting to call them ethereal, you guys. Keep on wanting to call them ethereal, but I can't do it quite yet. Maybe later on I'll make them change the name to ethereal. No, I'm kidding. I asked them if they wanted to. They said no. They said ethereal's in the past. So this is a tough position here for Shen to be in. Really what he has to do is just zone. It isn't necessarily the easiest place for him to be. He doesn't want to make a tower dive this early. He can't negate that much damage. Maybe one tower hit here or there, just for zoning purposes, but he also doesn't want to be caught out by a stun or something like that, you know? But there isn't an incredibly large amount of crowd control pre-6 coming out from Counter Instigate, so another reason why I mentioned that Permafrost really should be taking this early game, but simply just by force, not necessarily by kills. You know, by zoning, by pressure, rather than actually just by stealing the early game and actually getting much away from it. Or getting much off of it, rather. Good negation from Alfalfa. Actually blocked some turret damage there as well. Rethron definitely been the main focus of the heals here. Not that V8 has a choice, but definitely been getting healed the most. Been taking a good amount of damage, also fairly low on mana. Let's check out the items here, you guys. We have quite a few blue items. That means there's a lot of mana regen, especially coming from Sona and Ziggs, exactly how much they need. Also a Clarity being dropped by V8 as well. Clarities on both sides, you guys. Diamond Spider rocking one, as well as V8. Clarity is something we've seen a lot more of here in the later half of the Season 1 of the tournament series. Now that we're hitting this level 5, no kills being had quite yet, but V8, he needs to make sure he doesn't have to heal too much so he doesn't have enough mana. He's already popped his Clarity. He wants to make sure that he is not at 0 mana once that level 6 hits, because that's going to be big to, you know, create peel if they're going to dive, or to heal somebody out, or even to create a pick for his team as well. Whew, Alfalfa in a tough spot, but really playing on the edge there. This level 6 advantage might actually go in favor of Permafrost, rather. Exile, he flashes forward, locks down Alfalfa. Alfalfa actually is able to run back away, peel away, and then a little bit over aggression from Shen ends up getting him killed, and the first blood drops in favor of Counter Instigate. Counter Instigate making a nice little play. Whoa, that might be a double or even a triple for Gato Gods. Where did the first kill go? Oh, the first kill actually went to Zig, so a double kill for Gato Gods. He makes the great plays right as soon as he hits the level 6. And now Team Permafrost stuck in a more difficult situation. That amount of aggression they put out there was, you know, it was good. It was exactly kind of how they should have played it, you know. They needed to do more of passive aggression onto that tower, knowing that they weren't really going to be able to take much of a lead pre-6, and then they were a little bit too far forward, and that was a bit of over-aggression, maybe, you know, too far forward of a dive from Le Exile. Ends up getting him taken down, and without the tank, man, the peel is just minimal, and Gato Gods also being healthy. Oh, there's the ultimate from Diamond Spider. He's actually able to pick one up. Rethron, that was actually silliness from Rethron as well. He should have known that Diamond Spider hadn't used the ultimate, was going to come back with it. Rethron, not a bad time to die, but at the same time, giving up a kill over Diamond Spider is not where you want it to go. And look at that, guaranteed damage to Alfalfa as well right after. Will he end up falling here? Looks like that will be the case. Beautiful ultimate from V8, but I'm not sure how much Gato Gods are going to get from that nice ulti from Diamond Spider, or Exile rather, onto Dax Reaper. Ends up saving him out. And that's a counter kill here for Team Permafrost. Dax Reaper actually ends up giving himself suicided there. Where did that kill go to? That kill actually went to Sona, and look at this, man. More suicides coming in. That's 2 kills just given up to Permafrost right away. That evens things up to 4 to 4. Rethron, thank goodness he's the one who's back here. His wave clear is going to be crucial, but we might see a tower dive coming through. There's the taunt, but Alfalfa's back right in time. Diamond Spider ends up giving up that kill to Rethron, as a matter of fact, and the Exile and Omnia both forced to back away. We might see something big happen. Alfalfa trying to find Ed Omnia, but a good dodge keeps him safe. Well played early game here, you guys. One thing that I think that Team Permafrost need to work on, a lot of these players were non-existent, both Diamond Spider and Le Exile. These guys were non-existent during the second half of the tournament season. Like I mentioned, this is a very retro duo squad here with him and Diamond Spider, Le Exile and Diamond Spider. So these guys don't know too much about our tournament meta here, our tournament modern meta, you could say, post-patch 5.8. So lingering at that tower for a little bit too long. More aggression from Le Exile. He is able to find a taunt on Alfalfa, but Gato Gods gets away right in time. Level 8, you guys, this is where we're going to see those power spikes, and both teams really want to duke this one out. You know, the poke champions are the ones who are really going to be able to thrive on this level 9 power spike, because they get the rank 5 in those most important spells. There's another Mark Dash from Le Exile. Alfalfa taking fairly low, and Permafrost really able to take advantage of these level 9s, you guys. Level 8s, level 9s. I mean, next level it's going to be even worse. So this is where Counter Instigate really need to play this one at least more safe, because they don't really have the poke damage. They don't really have the skirmishing potential that that Team Permafrost do. There's the ultimate from Dax Reaper. Catches Rethron, gets a kill. That's run wide away, and that's perfect timing. Alfalfa, that was a weird direction on that shield, and he ends up getting taken very low from it. And look at that, double kill for Dax Reaper. No body block from Gato Gods. That's 2 down right away, and this is exactly when Permafrost want to hit this power spike, because right as soon as they get the advantage, Le Exile, he decides he's going to go for a dive, gets V8, ends up taking a lot of damage for it. V8 did not have, did have the ultimate right there, as a matter of fact. Could have popped him, maybe gotten a kill, but decided he wanted to stick around with it. Didn't throw that one down on Dax Reaper either. Dax Reaper, maybe if he throws out a Q, would be able to end up getting taken down, but not quite the case. Tower survives, 9 minutes in now, you guys, and this game is pretty action-packed. Gato Gods, he's right back, and his damage is high as well. He's dashing right into the fight. He ends up getting stunned out. Dax Reaper, he's low. He drops. Gato Gods, nice long-range nuke there. And now, once again, the ebb and flow of the game is very, very cool here, you guys. Right back into the other side, right after Team Permafrost end up taking a little advantage. Counter Instigate come right back and are pushing right back into their tower. They might even be able to take the first tower of the game off this push. And Omnia, he's left low. The ultimate from Shen Force. Diamond Spider gets dropped as Gato Gods makes the dive at Omnia. He does stay safe here. Le Exile also, but they're both very low. First tower of the game drops to Team Counter Instigate. Le Exile taking down a double kill for Rethron. That was a surprising double kill, you guys. It seemed as though the Exile kind of baited at Omnia Vanitas into that, or excuse me, yeah, at Omnia Vanitas into that kill. And now Team Counter Instigate making one big push. They're taking advantage of these level 10 power spikes. Keep in mind that Sona also gets a lot of heals as well at her level 9. So there are power spikes all around for those rank 5s in the spells. But in terms of the laning phase, Team Permafrost definitely were going to be able to come out on top of that one. So now we've got 2 towers taken down in favor of Team Counter Instigate, and they're going to stick this one out fairly far forward. You don't want to overextend, man. Back off. I mean, this meta really allows for people to come back and punish you for staying on their side of the map, just like this. Exile, he gets the jump into Alfalfa. He's forced to have his ultimate right away. Gets out Omnia in a small knockup, but it's not quite enough. Gato God's going to try to 1v1 him out up there, as Ed Omnia should be able to disengage from that. He does do so. Dax Reaper, another snipe. But he's right back into the fight, you guys. Alfalfa going to fall next, and it looks like Team Counter Instigate did, in fact, stick around for a little bit too long. Gato Gods, there's his flash and his barrier. Will he survive this one? He does get the heals as well as the relic. Will he stay alive for you guys? The ultimate from Diamond Spider is able to pick him up that kill, and now 3-4-0 in Team Permafrost's favor. Dax Reaper, he's looking for a suicide here. Might not have been the best idea. I guess he figures they're going to get the tower nonetheless. Diamond Spider is also trying to capitalize, as Sona was taken very low, and it looks like they will be able to counter up with 1 tower here, but we do have 2 members of Team Counter Instigate returning fairly quickly, you guys. Back and forth, you guys. Nice ultimate there from Ed Omnia Vanitas. Just a 4th Rethron back. I mean, he was in a position to play aggressive right there, so Ed Omnia throwing down his own ultimate just to force him away. Say, you know what, get out of here, go clear your waves, man. Don't stop paying attention to us. Let us disengage. That's one of those Caitlyn ultimates that only truly skilled Caitlyn players know when to use. You know, most Caitlyn players just hold on to them until after team fights. Alfalfa, aggression from him. He's not taking too much damage, fairly tanky at this point. Got some armor, got some magic resist. Should be able to negate a lot of damage, but the question is for Braum, you know, is he better as a support build, you know, as an off tank, or is he better as a main tank? Alfalfa. I don't doubt this gentleman's gentleman or gentle lady's ability, you know, I'm not sure. I don't doubt Alfalfa's ability to play great as tanks, but I'm not sure if Braum is the best right now. Doesn't have too much synergy with the Mark Dash. Will be able to negate a lot of damage, so it was a decent counter pick at this point, but Xerath goes right through him, so tough to say what's going to go down. We'll see. Next fight's most likely going to be a 4 versus 4, you guys. A big team fight coming up here fairly soon. Now 12 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. 9-10 in kills. 23-24 in gold. Lots of stuff happening. The Exile, he's going to be way more tanky than Alfalfa is. But Alfalfa can negate the damage from his team as well, which is very important. Whoa, Gato Guys, that might be a catch, but Exile doesn't have the taunt available. Here's the ultimate from Diamond Spider. Will he find much damage? He doesn't. I actually only believe he found 1 shot of that onto Rethron. Maybe even 0, as a matter of fact. Dax Reaper, by the way, you guys, is in fact playing with the Mark Dash. We are seeing the Mark Dash as real. Lots of little trading going back and forth, but it's really tense trading. You know, this is not the kind of trading you usually see. Rethron forced out of his ultimate right away, and Alfalfa uses his as well. That's 2 early ultimates down for Team Counter Instigate. Might give the advantage over to Permafrost, but Ed Omnia gets jumped on. Dax Reaper picks up the first kill of the game. Diamond Spider the second. Alfalfa doesn't quite have the damage he needs to take out the Exile, but maybe V8 can follow up. Dax Reaper doing a little bit too much damage, though, and right now Diamond Spider following up with much of his own as well, and a quick ace. 4-for-0 for Team Permafrost. That was a bit of a mistake there. It was a bit of a catch, in my opinion, onto Rethron there. The ultimate from Dax Reaper ends up catching him out, getting him down to low health, and that initiated kind of the bad team fight for Team Counter Instigate. They actually went in on that team fight after Rethron ended up getting taken so low, which was definitely not the best idea. So Team Permafrost are actually able to kind of counter this one out. They get their own second tower. Counter Instigate are able to get back in time to defend, so right now we have 2 inhibitors exposed, rather. Exile, he needs to go down here. This is definitely the suicide situation, you guys. Looks like he's just going to back off. Diamond Spider and Exile, not the best decision-making in this specific scenario. Their kiting potential is decent, but they just have so low health, man. They got to go down. The suicide should have came way earlier. Now it's too late. They die right now, then they're in a really tough situations. Nice Mark Dash from Alfalfa. Ultimate from Rethron ends up catching both of them as well. Not too much damage. Diamond Spider, that was a beautiful stun. Actually kind of went right past his shield. The Braum shield, as a matter of fact. Hit him right in the side. What's up, Deadwing? Dax Reaper decides to go right on the back line. So he uses that Mark Dash. Ends up getting stud out. That's a big ultimate down from V8, but it's a nice cast nonetheless. And Diamond Spider Le Exile still down. That makes it a good decision to use those big spells just on that one champion because they don't need the big spells for the other ones. And Omnia Vanitas, he is a little bit scary here, but not to Alfalfa, as Alfalfa can negate a lot of that damage. First inhibitor of the game right now, 15 minutes in, you guys. About perfect time for an inhibitor to drop for a comeback. Not necessarily for a secured victory, but for a comeback for the other team, if you know what I mean. So this looks like it's going to be a great game, you guys. Le Exile, he can't go in right now, you guys. He's in a really tough situation. Diamond Spider. Aggressed on by Gato Gods. He isn't able to quite find the kill. Omnia also taken very low. This is, if this can be played out correctly by Team Counter Instigate, this could definitely turn into a victory, you guys. If they're able to keep these members of Team Permafrost low enough for them to make a push and take down one Nexus turret, in my opinion, if they can extend this push to taking down a Nexus turret, in my opinion, that could secure them the victory. Look at that triple kill off of one ultimate from Rethron. It was beautiful. And now Le Exile, the only one left standing. But will it be for long? It is not. A nice 4-for-0 ace off a beautiful ultimate from Rethron. Even at low health too, you guys. Absolutely incredible. Nice, quick, clean ace for Team Counter Instigate. And it looks like they might be able to take down that Nexus turret. Like I mentioned, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to take much more. Actually, they will. Gato Gods is dealing lots of damage right now, you guys. So looks like that will be 2 Nexus turrets. I don't think it's going to be the game, but Counter Instigate, they need to back off right away. I don't know if Gato Gods will be able to survive this long enough. Counter Instigate must make the plays. They must make them right now. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and go back, and that one's going to dissipate, and we will see a disengage. Let's watch this ultimate, you guys. There it goes. And Omnia actually walks right back into it, as does Dax Reaper. Beautiful triple kill. Alfalfa, he was also there with his own ultimate. Beautifully placed by Rethron, you guys. Wonderful. I'm just going to fast forward to this. Here we go. This is back where we were. It looks like Gato Gods and V8 are in fact going to disengage, so that's why I decided to go ahead and make that rewind there. Awesome. Awesome kill by Rethron, man. The placement on that was beautiful. Right in between the tower, and he saved it for that perfect moment, too. You know he wanted the multi-kill. He was probably, like, hands were shaking, but still getting headshots. Alright, you guys, so we have a Nexus exposed now, and it happened real quick, and it all spawned from Diamond Exile and Diamond Spider and Le Exile sticking around for a little bit too long in that one siege. You know, they really needed to go down, but as they decided to disengage, they couldn't take it back, and they were all both really, really low health. And it was still early in the game, so they probably would have been able to get back and defend with minimal loss as well. So it's a little bit of a strategical error there, you could say. And now with Sona starting to ramp up, with everybody on red team starting to ramp up, especially Gato Gods, man, the hard carry of Draft Labs Tournament Series. There goes Alfalfa for his engage. He does not have the ultimate, but he does have a lot of damage negation. Diamond Spider able to put a lot in. V8 flashes forward for the ultimate onto Ed Omnia. So many shields on him, but he just gets blown up right through him. Now Le Exile, Diamond Spider, and Dax Reaper all forced to run away. Nice mark dash from Alfalfa. Pops the ultimate, 2 knockups on, and Gato Gods, his follow-up is huge right now, you guys. Good stun. Into a taunt, keeps Diamond Spider and Dax Reaper both alive, but they're so low. I'm not sure how much defense potential they're going to have here. They need Le Exile back, or Omnia Vanitas back, rather. Now, there was a kill there for Shen, but another one for Sona, so that's 2 down on each side so far. 2 versus 3, and it looks like with this advantage here, they might be able to take the game. Actually, Le Exile going right back in. This is a perfect amount of health for Shen to be able to go back in and start some sort of fight. He flashes forward, gets the taunt, might end up getting dropped here. That is the case. Rethron now on a rampage. Make that a double rampage. He snags a double kill. Beautiful little placement on that Q there. And Omnia Vanitas now in a tough situation as well. And this looks like it will be GG, you guys, as another ace drops for Team Counter Instigate. They take game number 1 of the 2-match series, you guys. That was cool, man. That was cool. The strategical play, man. One big error. One big error in that game was that one time, that one push for Team Permafrost where Le Exile and Diamond Spider decided to back out instead of going in and getting those suicides. It was a big strategical mistake there that ended up costing them the game, in my opinion, because it allowed that next really elongated siege by Team Counter Instigate for them, where they took, I think, the second tower and the inhibitor as well. So, actually, no, it was the inhibitor as well as the first Nexus turret, if I'm not mistaken. So, well played. No, 2 Nexus turrets, because there was a triple kill. So yeah, that was big. Plus that play from Rethron was very nice to see as well. So congratulations to Team Counter Instigate. They take game number 1 of the 2 set, you guys. We're going to be going into one more right after this, and going to see who is able to take this one home, or if it's going to end up being a tie between these 2 teams. Thank you guys for tuning in.